Welcome back to another episode of LTV News. We're excited to share all that's happening on and off LaSalle University's campus.
We'll bring you updates about LaSalle's homecoming, an unfortunate closure of famous roller coaster, and a story about a penguin who was found very far from home.
Welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney to Philadelphia and beyond. My name is Matt Bera, and I'm excited to fill in for the great Mike Kadradis as your co-host today.
And I'm Nathan Gray, and this is LTV News, LaSalle TV's go-to source for all things LaSalle, Philadelphia, and the world. We've got a lot to cover in the next half hour, so let's jump right in.
LaSalle University honored Andy Stutzman with the IT Leadership Award on November 7th, 2024, celebrating his contributions to technology and digital equity. Stutzman's journey included a 10-year gap before pursuing a master's in computer information science at LaSalle. After graduating from Moody Bible Institute in 1995, he launched his IT career, pioneering web tools and systems at the College of New Jersey. He later advanced digital equity at Drexel University and now directs Next Century Cities, advocating for broadband access nationwide. Stutzman credited LaSalle's faculty for inspiring his path and urged audience to create hope and provide inspiration amid challenges. The evening also recognized students with scholarships, including the Philadelphia Society for Information Management, Angela Harris, and Lonjo Scholarship Awards for their academic achievement and leadership in technology.
Explorers from all graduating years gathered at LaSalle University's homecoming weekend, November 8th through the 10th, celebrating with friends and sharing their school pride. The perfect fall weather set the scene for an eventful weekend filled with memories and festivities. Alumni and families enjoyed activities on the quad, from carnival games and lively entertainment to a variety of food trucks offering something for everyone. Highlights of the opening weekend included the production of Mavericks by the Mask and a thrilling sweep for both the men's and women's basketball teams. The event was a joyful reunion for the Explorer family, with opportunities for all ages to come join in the spirit, showing that no matter how far they travel, Explorers will always find their way back home.
LaSalle University celebrated National First Generation College Student Day with a dedicated week of events from November 11th to the 14th. The week recognizes 168 first-gen students, faculty, and staff. The university honors those who are the first in their families to pursue a bachelor's degree. Each event highlights their accomplishments and offers community support. The week kicked off on Monday with coffee and donuts in the Union Library, fostering connections among first-gen students. Career-focused activities followed on Tuesday, providing resources for career planning. Wednesday's gratitude-themed event encouraged students to write messages to those who have supported them. The festivities culminated on Thursday with a Berry First Gen celebration, where students enjoyed a cozy gathering, built custom bears, and connected over trivia and hot cocoa, celebrating the resilience and achievements of LaSalle's first-gen community.
That wraps up for our LaSalle News, so we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll explore what's going on locally in the city. Stay tuned.
Making just one connection during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities. Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use, Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes or taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Before we get into our local news, we have a special set. Welcome back to LTV News. Before we get into our local news, we have a special segment from Exploring Politics. Host Peter Rapp gives us his post-election analysis on the 2024 presidential election. Let's take a look. Hello and welcome to another special LaSalle TV crossover. I'm Peter Rapp, the host of Exploring Politics, bringing LTV News as a new post-election deep dive. Now, this election was expected to be a dramatic one, with analysts predicting a close result that would have taken a couple days to fully settle. But on the morning of November 7th, the official counts announced that a result that was decidedly different from predictions. Donald Trump had won by a significant margin, both in the Electoral College and, surprisingly, the popular vote as well. This is the first time that a Democratic Party candidate has lost the popular vote in 20 years. And even further, Harris did not manage to win a single swing state, despite heavily campaigning door-to-door in each of those states. This loss is a shock to the Democratic Party, and that would be an understatement, with many wondering how this happened so differently from how the polls predicted. The glaring answer should be Harris lost the turnout game, with 9 million less votes than Joe Biden in 2020, and Trump only pulling in 1 million new voters. This was not a case of voters flipping to Trump, but Democratic voters abandoning Harris. So how exactly did Harris get such a disappointing turnout despite countless celebrity endorsements and ubiquitous door-to-door campaigning? It's clear the answer lies in message. Campaigns get people out to vote with exciting messages that inspire and give hope. And it seems that people are not excited about policy, but the message that the policy sends. Harris's message was that of the status quo, and evidently the American people don't resonate with it. The only hope in her message was hope for things to continue as they are. Now, there's a theory in political philosophy that says so long as people's houses are warm and their bellies are full, they would not notice or care about any changes in government. But the reverse is also true. If people are hungry and struggling to stay afloat in the economy like they are right now, they are going to want change. Given the affordable housing crisis, soaring prices in grocery stores, and stagnant wages across the country under a Biden presidency, Harris walked into this election at a disadvantage due to being Biden's VP. It did not help that she chose to double down on Biden's economics, saying the economy on a macro scale is doing well, because while this is undeniably true, it differs entirely from the average American's lived experience. Now, Trump, as a seasoned TV personality and now three-time campaigner, produces messages that effectively excite voters. His campaign, like in 2016, was that of a political outsider who seeks to disrupt the status quo for the sake of the American people. So in hindsight, it makes sense that Harris lost, just as Clinton lost in 2016. The status quo simply does not excite people enough to win over Trump's populism. This is a lesson that the DNC has to learn if they ever want to compete with the new Republicans' shift to right populism. With Trump as the new president-elect, what can the American people come to expect from the next 4 years? Trump's policy is not always clearly defined ahead of time, so it may be hard to exactly predict what he will enact once he's in office, but there are several clear issues his administration wants to focus on. Trump has made it very clear he will focus on tackling immigration, announcing mass deportations on day one. The scope and scale of these deportations remain unclear, as different figures within the Trump campaign and the coming administration give wildly different answers as to who these deportations will affect. Trump has also spoken quite a lot about tariffs and how he plans to use them to incentivize the development of American industry and create jobs at home. However, many take issue with this proposed policy, as tariffs would likely cause an increase in the cost of goods that American consumers would be paying, as they would be forced to pay extra on top of already expensive goods coming from abroad, which at the moment is most of the goods utilized in an American's everyday life. There have also been international responses to this policy as nations across Europe rally together and declare that if tariffs are put in place, a trade war would ensue, and America could lose many of its historic geopolitical allies and overseas trading partners. Trump has also announced a complete overhaul of government agencies, such as stripping down the Department of Education and the creation of a new Department of Government Efficiency headed by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. It's very clear that the America of the next 4 years will be radically different from how it is now. Both pundits and analysts across social media and mass media will try to make predictions on how the nation will be changed with the coming administration, but ultimately, no one can predict the future for certain. Our nation is overwhelmed by a range of emotions at the moment, with many excited and many anxious and afraid of what is to come. But it is important to be grounded in the moment and not lose oneself in the emotions surrounding predictions of what could or may happen months from now. Change is made in the now, led by collective will of the people. If the outcome of this election is not to your liking, it is time to not sit back, but to see the change you want in the world. If no one in power is making the change you wish to see, you must go and work for it. Now more than ever, it is time for organization, for people to get together with people who have common interests and use your First Amendment rights to fight for your beliefs. The world is often a scary place, but it is a lot less frightening when you have others with you to face it side by side. I hope you all enjoyed this special post-election update. Thank you for having me, LTV News, once again, and please stay tuned. Back to the host.
Thanks, Peter. The Philadelphia City Council has voted to rename Taney Street as LeCount Street. The thoroughfare runs from south to North Philadelphia, and this renaming marks a historic change. The street was named in 1858 after Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, who is known for the Dred Scott decision that denied citizenship from African Americans. The street will now honor Carolyn LeCount, a black activist who fought for trolley desegregation and educational equality in Philadelphia. The Rename Taney Coalition reported overwhelming support for the change, with 90% of residents in favor. This renaming, approved on November 14th, marks the first time a Philadelphia street will bear the name of a black woman. Next year, street signs will be installed, furthering Philadelphia's efforts to reflect a more inclusive history.
Six Flags Great Adventure has retired the iconic King Ka roller coaster, the world's tallest and fastest coaster, along with other beloved attractions like Green Lantern, the Twister, Parachutes, and the Skyway. This decision paves the way for an ambitious expansion featuring North America's first super boomerang coaster, the Flash, Vertical Velocity, in 2025, and a record-breaking launch coaster in 2026. The park's president, Brian Bakika, emphasized the park's commitment to innovative experiences, saying, quote, "These changes are essential to our growth and dedication to delivering exceptional new attractions," end quote. King Ka, a favorite despite its frequent technical issues, leaves behind a lasting legacy among thrill seekers. Six Flags promises further expansion, details on the expansion next summer, with plans to enhance dining, events, and family-friendly experiences.
Christmas came early for former NFL player Jason Kelce as his duet with Stevie Nicks, Maybe This Christmas, took the top spot on iTunes' holiday chart, dethroning Mariah Carey's iconic All I Want for Christmas Is You. The track is part of Kelce's charity album with his Philadelphia Eagles teammates, A Philly Special Christmas Party, which comes out on November 22nd. On the Kelce Brothers podcast, New Heights, Jason's brother, Travis Kelce, playfully crowned him the new Queen of Christmas. Jason joked, saying, quote, "I've fought my whole life to be Queen of Christmas," end quote. Jason shared that collaborating with Fleetwood Mac legend Nicks was a dream come true. He marveled that, quote, "There's no chance any song I'm in should be #1, end quote. Travis, however, teased, quote, don't give yourself too much credit. It's Stevie Nicks, end quote.
Dilworth Park in Center City is welcoming the holiday season with festive activities for all ages. Located next to City Hall, the park has transformed into a winter wonderland, featuring ice skating, shopping, and seasonal delights. The Rothman Orthopedics Ice Rink is open daily, with admission at $7 for children and $9 for adults, plus a $10 skate rental fee. Timed 90-minute sessions can be reserved at centercityphila.org/rink tickets, and group discounts are available. After skating, visitors can warm up at the Rothman Orthopedics Cabin, which offers seasonal dishes and cocktails for adults. The park's southern end sparkles with the Winter Garden, an enchanting display of lights, decorated topiaries, and festive foliage for holiday shopping. The Made in Philadelphia Holiday Market features over 40 vendors offering unique local gifts. The Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia has announced the Big Ticket Sweepstakes, offering one lucky fan a full access pass to every major event at the arena in 2025. The unique prize includes 2 tickets to all home games of the Philadelphia 76ers, Flyers, and Wings, as well as concerts, Villanova men's basketball games, Disney on Ice, WWE events, and more. The winner will also enjoy free parking for every event, courtesy of a 2025 season parking pass. Fans can enter the sweepstakes by visiting wfcbigticket.com and submitting their email, zip code, and phone number before the contest closes on December 13th, 2024. Comcast Spectator's Chief Revenue Officer, Todd Glickman, calls it the ultimate prize for a Philadelphia sports and entertainment enthusiast.
It's time for another break, but when we return, we'll take a look at what's been going on around the globe. We'll be right back.
Of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Did you know that listening to music, enjoying art, or simply holding hands can boost your cognition? Like me, you want to maintain brain health for as long as possible. I'm Kevin Jameson, President of the Dementia Society of America. Please request our free guide filled with 10 building blocks to better brain health, care planning, and facts about dementia. Visit our website at 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call us at 1-800-DEMENTIA. You want to live life to the fullest, and our free guide can help.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to CISA.gov/secure-our-world.
A family's beach day turned extraordinary when they encountered an emperor penguin thousands of miles from its Antarctic home. The lost penguin, affectionately named Gus, traveled over 2,000 miles, marking the northernmost sighting of its species. Jazz Bailey, who captured the November 1st encounter, recounted the awe of seeing the bird on the sand, saying, "A little lost, but so very chill." Gus is now under the care of seabird rehabilitator Carol Bidulph and the Department of Biodiversity, Conservation, and Attractions. Weighing only 51 pounds, half of the weight of a typical emperor penguin, Gus faces an intense rehabilitation. Experts from the University of Western Australia are assisting, hoping to eventually return Gus to Antarctica. Researchers suspect strong currents carried the penguin off course, resulting in this rare, record-breaking journey. A promising new vaccine for triple-negative breast cancer has shown potential in a recent U.S. clinical trial, providing hope for patients with this aggressive form of cancer. Developed by researchers at Washington University School of Medicine, the neoantigen DNA vaccine aims to prevent cancer recurrence by training the immune system to recognize and attack tumor-specific mutations. The early trial, reported in Genome Medicine, involved 18 patients who received the standard treatment, along with 3 doses of a personal vaccine. After 3 years, 16 patients remained cancer-free, with 14 showing immune responses to the vaccine. Although the trial primarily assessed safety and lacked a control group, historical data indicates fewer patients remain cancer-free with the standard care alone. Researchers are encouraged and plan further studies to compare the vaccine with traditional treatments directly.
In Kenya, on the edge of Tsavo National Park, farmers like Charity Mwangom are finding relief from elephant crop destruction through an unlikely method: beehive fences. These fences, which are part of the program by Save the Elephants, use the natural fear elephants have of bees to keep them away from the farmland. Mwangom, who once feared the 8-ton elephants, says, quote, "The beehive fences came to our rescue," end quote. Since the 1990s, elephant populations in Tsavo have surged by nearly 300%, leading to increased conflicts with locals. Save the Elephants has helped transform villagers into beekeepers, although the startup cost of $1,000 does remain a barrier. The honey harvested can support families and deter elephants, whose curiosity is thwarted by the bees buzzing. This beekeeping solution is also gaining ground in Zambia and Malawi, enhancing local economies while protecting wildlife.
Japanese engineers have developed LignoSat, a wooden satellite set to launch in the summer of 2025 to test the durability of wood in space. The satellite, crafted from magnolia wood, aims to demonstrate the material's ability to withstand the vacuum of space, where there's no oxygen, moisture, or microbes to degrade it. LignoSat's mission will involve studying the deformation of wood in space with the satellite structure tested against extreme conditions. Unlike traditional satellites, LignoSat is designed to burn up upon re-entry, producing minimal environmental impacts compared to the aluminum debris from other satellites. If successful, LignoSat could lead to the use of space-grade wood in future satellite manufacturing, helping reduce the environmental impacts of the growing number of space launches.
A rare scarlet tanager has captivated bird watchers in Sheffield, England, drawing hundreds to a quiet road where the yellow and black bird was spotted perched on a clothesline. Experts believe the tanager, typically found from Maine to Ecuador, was blown off course by strong winds from the recent hurricanes off the U.S. coast. This marks the first sighting of the species in mainland Britain since the 1980s, with the last recorded appearance in 2014. Around 300 birders gathered in the northern city to catch a glimpse of the rare visitor, including 75-year-old Dave Stone, who traveled 280 miles for his 500th bird sighting. Local birdwatcher Joe Urkersley described the scene, saying, quote, "There were at least 100 people waiting around," end quote, as the bird became the talk of the town.
An emu named Shrub is thriving at Birdworld in Surrey, England, after being raised by an unlikely foster mom, Nugget, a small bantam hen. Shrub was abandoned by her parents, Forrest and Matilda, shortly after hatching, discovered cold, muddy, and at risk from crows, Shrub was rescued by keepers and placed in intensive care. Once stable, Nugget, despite her tiny size, took on the role of teaching Shrub essential survival skills. Shrub quickly learned how to walk, eat, and drink, bonding with Nugget in a heartwarming display of interspecies care. As Shrub grew, keepers carefully reintroduced her to her biological parents, Forrest and Matilda. Now fully integrated into her family, Shrub is a thriving emu, with keepers proud of her remarkable journey from adversity to happiness.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of LTV News. I'm Matt Bera, and I appreciate you joining us today. Stay tuned for more stories that matter to our community. Until next time, take care.
And I'm Nathan Gray. I'm glad you could join us. Be sure to catch us next time for more important stories from our community. Until then, stay safe.